The young man pretends to be crazy on the surface, but he was secretly recruiting a team of subordinates in the psychiatric hospital. He was also quietly funding the 4 great families to become top aristocratic clans. All this was to conceal his strength. One day, his father came to pick him up, bringing along a wealthy heiress, because tomorrow marked the 3rd anniversary of his mother's death. His father hoped he would recover soon and marry the heiress, but the heiress was merely a pawn in an arranged marriage between families. She had no intention of sincerely marrying the foolish-seeming young man. Before leaving, she even warned him not to embarrass her at the engagement banquet. Little did she know he would make her the most dazzling presents at the feast. It turned out the young man was actually the eldest son of the richest conglomerate. His father's 2 illegitimate sons, craving inheritance, had taken advantage of the dead of night to brutally murder his mother. They had also beaten him until he appeared mentally disabled. Seeking an opportunity to avenge his mother's death, the young man had no choice but to feign madness at the psychiatric hospital. His sole purpose was to enact vengeance for his tragically slain mother. When the 2 illegitimate sons learned their father was bringing him home, they were furious. They regretted not having killed him outright that night, so they started planning a new power grab. At that moment, the young man strode in, dramatically pushing the door open while holding his fiancée. As soon as he entered, he continued his act of madness. He ordered the butler to drive out the 2 illegitimate sons. The butler hastily explained they were his brothers. He also reminded him that his father had instructed him to obey his fiancée at the banquet. The fiancée was worried that it would interfere with the evening's party, so she advised the young man to stop. Seeing this, the young man reluctantly ceased his prank. He then found an excuse to leave early, while secretly arranging matters for that night's banquet. He knew that to claim the family inheritance, he had to prove his capabilities to his father. Over the years, he had been dealing covertly with local tycoons, and now it was time to put that to use. Soon, the dinner banquet officially began. To convince everyone he was a fool, he grabbed a slice of cake and began gnawing on it as he entered. An illegitimate son approached and mocked him. He then smushed the cake into the illegitimate son's face, and resumed eating as if nothing had happened. The illegitimate son, watching this, assumed he was truly insane. Unexpectedly, the young man used his apparent madness to persuade his father to hand over control of the company's investment division to him. Upon hearing this, the 2 illegitimate sons immediately became alert. Because the investment division was the family's most crucial core, their father saw that although the young man seemed a bit daft, he still had high hopes for him. Just as the father was about to agree, the 2 illegitimate sons fiercely objected. The attending business partners also started clamoring, opposing the idea of entrusting such an important department to a fool. At that moment, one of the illegitimate sons proposed a fair competition. He suggested whoever earned the most profit before today's stock market closed would earn the right to lead the investment division. Their father wanted to refuse on his son's behalf, but to everyone's surprise, his son readily accepted. So the father instructed the butler to prepare a computer for each of them, and granted each one $10 million in startup capital. Once the contest officially began, the illegitimate son was brimming with confidence, certain he would win. He had already reached the pinnacle of stock trading, and had pre-selected several high-quality stocks. Meanwhile, the fiancée assumed her fiancé knew nothing, so she prepared to help him choose a few promising stocks. To her shock, he selected several plummeting junk stocks, and ordered his subordinates to invest all their money in them. This